Well, some people call it smoked chuck roast, and some people call it a poor man's brisket. Today, I hope just to call it delicious. So, let's start making some dinner. It's 7 a.m. Why not? All right, what we're gonna do today, we're gonna smoke a brisket on the Weber Searwood XL 600. I've never done this before. The goal is to make it nice and juicy and tender and sliceable. Who knows? It could be shredded beef. I have no clue. We're gonna go do this right now. Good morning, dude here. It's 7 a.m. I'm gonna uncover the Weber Searwood. Haven't cooked in a few days. And I think we're gonna start this off pretty simple. So let's go get out our meat and season it up. Here's what we're gonna do to this thing. We are gonna keep it simple. I've got some black pepper, some California onion from Costco, kosher salt, and paprika. And we're just gonna dry off this roast. We're not gonna do any kind of binder. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I don't wanna block smoke. We're gonna season it. It's probably not gonna have too long to set because I just wanna get it on the grill. So, first up, we're gonna go with a little bit of that kosher salt. We're just gonna season it all around. I'm not afraid to go liberally on it. Get some onion. Ooh, that's a lot of onion. And we're gonna go with the black pepper. This is just Costco black pepper. I've heard people say 16 mesh black pepper. I have no idea what that is. So, but that's not coming out fast enough, so I'm gonna get a good coating on there, and my son, Dallin, always loves the paprika. So, not sure if that's just any taste or if it's just color, but we're gonna pat it in and we're gonna do the other side. I normally would use garlic, but I'm out. That's why I used onion. So we're just gonna see what it ends up being like, right? We're experimenting. It's our first time smoking a chuck roast. All right, you can see this is seasoned all on the sides, on the top and the bottom. And I think I'm gonna take this probe right here. I have a meter, but I've never gotten the meter to actually work. Never wants to sync. I always have problems with it. So I'm gonna try and stick that in so it's like right in like the middle, on the thickest part, right about in there. All right, we get that in there. All right, as you can see, the pellet hopper is full. We're gonna have a nice long cook today, and we are going to, I think I'm gonna do this thing on, we're gonna start off on SmokeBoost. So, I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I wanna try and get this thing smoky. Put up my side shell, and that has only had 3 cooks on it. Woo, baby. All right, in just a few minutes here, a couple minutes, that's gonna be smoking. Okay, this thing is heated up now. We're at 180, that is the SmokeBoost. I think I'm gonna go SmokeBoost for like an hour or 2 while I run to Home Depot. And then, man, we're just gonna throw this on right here in the middle. Look at all that smoke. So let's just do that. And this, right there, that's gonna basically stay there till, right now it's 39 degrees, according to that probe in the middle of that meat. We're gonna go to 160, but I'll probably go SmokeBoost for an hour or 2, and then I'll increase it up to 225, and we'll continue up to 160 at that temperature. Let's see how that pans out. I don't know. All right, we are 2 hours and 15 minutes into this cook. We're sitting at 99 degrees. I want to peek really bad. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to turn it up to 225 now. I mean, we've got all day. There we go. Okay, I went ahead and pulled it off. It's stalled out around 149. And part of it is probing at like, 158 or so. But I've got to go to the Costco and go grocery shopping. So I'm just gonna wrap it. So we're gonna spray. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'll just watch some videos. So I'm gonna spray with this apple cider vinegar. Supposed to help make it a little bit easier to fold. And what I'm gonna do is I've got some of this butter mixture that I'm gonna put down that was left over from our ribs. It's rosemary and butter. And I'm just gonna put this in there. Don't know if that's gonna be the way to do it. I know some people use beef tallow. Okay, but look at this. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna flip it over like this, like right onto there, right? It smells like teriyaki beef jerky or something. It smells, I'm not gonna lie, dude. It smells good. Look at this thing. Then what I've done is I've cranked the grill back up to 275. I'm not even sure how to fold this. That works. Oh my. And I don't really know what else I'm doing here, so I'm gonna spray this. And we're gonna do a double wrap. And then, yeah, dude. Then I'm gonna take this probe. Where'd my little hot pad go? I'm gonna go ahead and probe this thing back to the thick part, which I think about is right in here. And we're gonna go throw it back on the grill. So let's disconnect this. All right, that is wrapped. The grill's at 275. You see that's dropped down a little bit. It's saying 145 internal. So now we're just gonna let this go to like 203, 204. And hoping by the time I get back from Costco, it'll be, we could pull it and rest it or something. I don't even know. First timers, dude. Let's see how this whole thing turns out at the end. I hope it's delish. All right, the time has finally come. It's almost 6 o'clock. We are at 2:05. I'm gonna pull this thing. I poked it around, it feels good. I'm gonna put it in this thing. And literally just gonna let it sit here. Oops. And that's it. We're gonna let it sit there and rest. I'm gonna cook some corn on the cob on this thing. I'm gonna go do my daily workout. That takes 30 minutes. Cook corn on the cob, and then I'm gonna serve it up and enjoy. See how it tastes. All right, this has been resting for about an hour. Wow. The smell is delicious. Oh my. Holy moly. All right, let's get this step out of the way. All right, we're gonna slice into this thing. Oh my. Look at that. It's juicy. Zach, come here. Delicious. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, I kicked it. It's not that juicy. Oh, not gone.
It's coming. Don't you worry.
All right, dinner's over. I want to review that. That was my first time cooking a chuck roast like that. Normally you throw it in a crock pot and it just shreds. So cooking it kind of like a brisket, never done that. I've really never owned a smoker. I'm more of a griller, so I'm just learning. That's Winnie. And I would probably give that 6.5, 7 out of 10. Flavor was good. Smoke was good. Smoke ring was good. Little dry. So either it cooked a little bit too long in the beginning before I wrapped it, or I didn't rest it properly. There's got to be a better way. I missed something, but it was good. It was good. But the first bite, you know, it's like a roast, right? The first bite is like juicy. It tastes good, and then 10 minutes later, it's dried out. So I got to figure out that part. All right, the leftovers. I chopped it up. You could put that like in a cheese quesadilla or something. I think it's gonna taste better that way, you know? It's definitely smoky. Has a decent flavor. So we'll do the rest of it like that. Anyway, so I think the next thing I'm probably gonna try smoking is a pork butt. And we're gonna eat those leftovers for sure. But I'm thinking it might be good like a brisket sandwich or something like that, you know? But for my first poor man's brisket, not a bad first attempt. So we'll put that one in the books, and we're smoking on the Weber Searwood XL 600 regularly. Holy crap, regularly. Okay, well, often. Anyway, we're doing it often, so check back for more smoking content. And if you're interested, I'm on a 110-pound weight loss journey. We're doing that every single day. That's the main hub of the channel here. So if you're fat like I am and want to lose some weight, come join up. There's a lot of us doing it together. So we're showing up every day, and we're making great progress. Down 32 pounds, and we're continuing on that journey. So we'll see you later. Dude out.